Well, hello. This is sort of a test video that I'm doing, just sort of seeing how this time slot works out for me as far as filming goes. Trying to nail down a good time slot to film videos because my work schedule has changed, my job has changed, and it's going to be a little bit of a adjustment period. So that's why you haven't seen videos from me in a while. My hands are also a wreck because my new job is sort of labor intensive. I do visuals for a department store. I'm their lead, so I am the only one doing visuals, which means I open boxes, I hang signs, I paint, I spackle, and I love it. So anyway, I thought what I would do today in lieu of a regular styling video is just kind of a creative or an inspirational walk through some of these vintage styling books that I have on hand. These are the 3 that I currently have. I used to have a few more, but kind of they've gone missing over the years. But this video will just be sort of a walk through these styling books. And if you're someone who enjoys ASMR, this might be a really nice option for you. It might relax you. I'll try to keep the tone, somewhat relaxing, but if you're not into ASMR, then maybe you'll just be inspired by these books like I was. This one is called Creative Hair Shaping and Hairstyling. It is a reproduction of a book written by, I believe it's Ivan Anderson, and a lot of the styles that are in this book were actually like his conception. And the foreword is by Percy Westmore. Perk Westmore is I think what he went by. But he was, of course, another huge name in the industry. And if you watch Face Off, you have seen his daughter, I believe, doing the hosting for that show. So that's a long history of makeup artistry in the family. And this book goes into the history of hairstyling. I love the drawings in this book. They're so cute and simple. But this was my introductory to vintage hairstyling. It was the book that helped me to see exactly what haircuts were necessary for a vintage look, which I had seen these diagrams online before I actually got the book, but seeing them all in one place was super helpful. This discusses the midi haircut, as you have heard it discussed on YouTube many, many years. But it also takes you through the 6 basic haircuts. There was a shorter haircut for short hair called the shingle, but it was still that standard like U-shaped layered haircut, and that was important for vintage styling because it's what lent itself to that perfect curve at the back of the head. Anytime you see those gorgeous hairstyles in the movies, especially from the 1930s and 40s, this haircut was what was used. It was considered a responsible haircut during the wartime because it required less styling, it required less upkeep, and it was therefore considered an economical hairstyle. Girls would most of the time set their hair twice a week, maybe once a week, and then just maintain their hairstyle by tying it up in a net at night. So I love the haircuts that are in this book. Now it does tell you how to make adjustments so that if you are somebody who wants to wear victory rolls or a top reverse roll, then you can. The rest of the book is all about parting the hair and the different styles that you can achieve. So this is talking about waves. And let's get into the actual hairstyles in this pin curl set. These are so interesting. So this discusses how to set your hair using pin curls to achieve the looks that you would like to look. It shows you like an actual photo diagram of what a pin curl looks like, and nobody's pin curls looks that perfect, I'm sorry. But that's okay. These are sculpture curls, and they show that the way to do it properly. And technically, I mean, yes, if you do this many pin curls on the top of your head, that's ideal, but you don't have to. You can achieve this backward roll with just 3. So what this book really taught me to do was how to hone these skills and use them as effectively as possible without too much time and effort. There's the page on pompadours. And then it shows you which hairstyles work best for certain shapes, face shapes. Some of these are really funny. And then if you get farther in, you'll see how you can design hairstyles to match your age, which I thought was pretty neat. I just thought that was super cool. So that's that book. It's a lot more. I love these pictures in the back. They're beautiful, and I would love to actually take these out and have them framed. Might do that. Make a great background for my channel. Okay, so then this is the funniest of the books. This one has some of the funniest artwork in it. There are some great techniques for. This is by Alfred Morris. He was the professor of the British Hairdressers Academy. And I believe it was originally a 1930s book. Let me see. Anyway, I don't see for sure. But this was a book that I originally got because it has so much detail on tapering your haircut. When you do a layered haircut, a lot of hairstylists want to do blunt layers, but this was actually a way of doing a tapered haircut, and I really liked that it described it in such detail because I didn't know how to describe it to a hairstylist unless I understood it myself. So there's a long section on pin curls, and as you'll see, the drawings are insane. They look like food. Like, for instance, this hair setting, which is intricately waved and pin curled, is supposed to give you this look, but I've never really seen full, like, non-fluff curls like this, so it's almost like it's a defined version of fluff curls. And I really think that these little sausagey looking curls that you see in these pictures are supposed to indicate fluff curls, because it's the only way it makes sense. But I really enjoyed this book because of all of the great details on waving. This was how I learned how to finger wave. And of course it is ideal to have someone else's head to work on for finger waves because they are difficult to do in your own hair. My kitty has decided to come in. Hey, Kimchi. Anyway, so yeah, lots of details on water waving, and it specifically tells you that it was meant for curled hair. It's not meant for straight hair. And the whole point of that is to keep your curls in place. I love these waving cups. I really would love to have some of these, because I can see how these would be super useful. I know some people still make them. Okay, some of the better aspects of this book are the hilarious drawings, especially when it's talking about the wrong hairstyles for face shapes. Kitty. Like saying that a square face does not need this style, she needs this style, which makes sense. The funniest one is the one here. This is wrong, and this is right. And this is wrong, and this is right. It's talking about how to work your hairstyle with your nose and all of that. Really, really liked all these areas about false hair, because false hair was used so prevalently in the more elaborate styles. But yeah, it's an incredible book, and I really like the fact that it goes into such detail, because if you have the wherewithal to read all of this information, you're going to see that there's so much to learn about not only waving and pin curling, but just generally setting the hair and achieving, you know, the desired look. Some of these styles are insane though. Like, I would never in a million years wear them. But it's really, really fun looking at these pictures. And I don't want this video to be long, so I will move on to the next book. This is my favorite of my vintage styling books, How to Handle Long Hair. I don't really like having long hair, but I really loved this book for the artistry and the fact that it's photographs. And this model that they use has the most spectacular hair. You can see her there. But each of these is very achievable using just one set. Now, the set is very defined and very specific, and it's super, super hard to do on your own head. But if you can get it done pretty effectively on your own head, and it shows you exactly how to go about doing it, then you can actually achieve all the styles in these books. And you can actually do them, or in this book, and you can actually do them without any kind of major issue. Now, these are 1950 styles, so they are going to be a little bit more frizzy and a little bit more, I guess, swoopy is the term. But I love these. They are so beautiful. And every single one of these styles uses grip tooth set styling combs, which I believe Bell Blossom still carries them. They're under new ownership, and I'm not 100% sure, but grip tooth is a necessary item for most vintage styles. Grip tooth are combs that actually touch the teeth touch, so you can use them to put your hair up, and they hold better than any bobby pin. But look at that, it's so gorgeous. Oh, so beautiful. Love that one. That tiara style. I actually did one of these on a video a while back, and I ended up taking it down because I wasn't thrilled with it after I went back and revisited it. But I love the idea of being able to use, I think it was this one. I just loved the idea of being able to use the grip tooth combs to put the hair up completely. You didn't really have to use any bobby pins, and also the structured hair from the pin curls just made it work so well. And this shows you how to do a ponytail by using grip tooth combs. And look, it's perfect. I'm just so inspired by this book. I think it's so amazing. And they use a piece of string to do what we would use a topsy tail for. So neat. I remember loving this one. Look how pretty that is. And then at the end it shows her with her hair all taken down and flowy. Look at that one too. Love the asymmetry of that. Gorgeous. But there's her hair all taken down and flowy. So if you have a means to get these books, I don't know if they're still available on Amazon or not, but they were so handy to have. And hopefully this inspired you a little bit, and I hope to come back very soon with some styling videos as well as maybe some makeup application or product reviews. I enjoy doing all three, but we might just kind of see what we get and let the series thing go for a little while, because doing a series takes a little more time. But I've missed everybody, and I hope to see you soon. And just follow me on Instagram if you're interested. I'm hardly ever on Facebook, but most of what I put on Instagram is on Facebook. So if you're still just a Facebook person, you can still see my Instagram posts. And I don't do a lot of styling posts, but hopefully that will change soon. And I will talk to you to you later.